Hello Year 10. In this lesson we're going to look at the surface area of prisms, cones and spheres. This is the area of each face on a 3D shape. In this cylinder you can see that there are two circles, one on the top, one on the bottom, which is hidden, and the area of the bit in between. If we unwrap this, think about taking the label off a tin of beans, we can see that this part here is a rectangle, where this side is the height, the gap between the two circles, and this side here, the bit that wraps around the circles, is the same as the circumference of that circle on the top and bottom. Because we already know the formulas for these, we can actually work out the surface area for the whole cylinder. So for this cylinder here, we have got a circle on the top which has an area of pi r squared, another circle on the bottom with an area of pi r squared, and then this rectangle which is 2 pi r, that length, times by the length h, 2 pi r h. Two circles, that's 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. That would be the formula for finding the surface area of a cylinder. The cone, having a look at this cone here, we can see that we have got a circular base with the radius r. The height of the cone, how tall it is h. And then there's this side here which actually is letter L. It's not quite clear in the diagram. But that letter L is the sloping side of the cone, which is known as the slant height. The curved surface area of the cone, the bit that goes round, if you think about a pointy hat, it's the bit that makes the hat. So the curved surface area of the cone is pi times by r times by L, that's slant height. If you're asked to find the total surface area of the cone, that would include the curved part plus this circle on the bottom. So the total surface area of the cone would be the curved part, pi r L, plus the circle on the bottom, pi r squared. And that will give you the total surface area of a cone. The surface area of the sphere, again, slightly odd one because a sphere, we've already said, has no flat faces. But you need to remember the formula that the surface area of a sphere is 4 pi r squared. And again, the good news is that any of these formulas to do with surface area of the spheres and the curved surface area of the cone, if you have to use them in an exam, you will be given them. You won't be given this formula. You need to remember that, the curved surface area and the circle on the bottom. So looking at some examples. So we have here a cylinder. Find the volume and surface area of this cylinder, giving you answer to 3 significant figures. We've got a cylinder where the radius is 3 and the height is 7. So, volume first. Volume is equal to pi r squared, the area of one end, times by the length of the shape, or in this case the height. So that would be pi times by 3 squared times by 7. 3 squared is 9, times by 7 is 63. That is 63 pi. Let your calculator do the rest of the hard work and we get 197.9203 ... which to 3 significant figures would be 1, 2, 3, round to that point there, so 198. And it's a volume, so it's cubic centimetres. The surface area is going to be two of those circles plus 2 pi r, which is the circumference, times by h for the rectangular shape. So that will be 2 times by pi times by 3 squared plus 2 times by pi times by 3 times by 7. Simplifying that little lot, 3 squared is 9, times by that 2 is 18, so 18 pi plus 7 times by 3 is 21, times by 2 is 42, that's 42 pi. Very easy to add together without a calculator. 18 pi and 42 pi is 60 pi. And then only at the end do we need to put that in our calculator and choose to round. So 60 pi in our calculator would be 188.4955 which when rounded to 3 significant figures, 1, 2, 3, that rounds to 188. And it's an area, so it's square centimetres. Think about what you're finding. Make sure you get the right units. Example 2. Find the total surface area of the cone. So we have here a cone, base radius of 3, the slant height, remember L, the slant height, so R is equal to 5, and the slant height L is equal to 8. Focus a bit. That's better. And so, in order to work out the total surface area of the cone, we need the curved part and we need the circle part. So the curved surface area the formula for that is pi RL. So pi times by radius 5 times by slant height 8 is 40 pi. I'm not going to work that out as a decimal yet because I will have to round it, and I don't want to do that just yet. The area of the base, which is a circle, pi r squared, pi times by 5 squared, so that's 25 pi. The same thing, I'm going to leave that in terms of pi, it just makes things a little bit easier. So the total surface area is going to be the curved surface area, 40 pi, plus the base area, which was 25 pi, so that's 65 pi, and now I can put it into my calculator. So that's 204.2035 ... and to round it to 3 significant figures is 204, and it's an area, so square centimetres, just enough space. And our last one, it's that tennis ball again. So a tennis ball, that's a sphere, has a radius of 4.2 centimetres. We need to find its surface area. It doesn't say sphere anywhere in the question, so you need to recognise that we're talking about a ball. It's the same as we're going to be using the formulas for a sphere. So, surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r squared. Always write down your formula first, then substitute into it. It's only the radius that we need to substitute in, and we know the radius is in the question is 4.2 centimetres. So that's going to be 4 times by pi times by 4.2 squared. Stick that little lot into your calculator, and that comes out at 221 0.6707, which when rounded to, in this time it's 1 decimal place, so it's going to be there, so that rounds to 0.7, so 221.7, and it's an area, so square centimetres. Okay, so that's all the examples. Hopefully you understood each part of those. It's your turn now, so please could you have a go at the questions in exercise 15.3 section 2, so that's S2, and that will be on page 325.